Hey guys, Ivan here with another video for today, and in this one we got a couple of really interesting things to talk about. The first thing we got is Larry Wheels actually ended up winning a pro card. I mean, he competed in open bodybuilding as well and in classic physique. In bodybuilding he was fourth, but he won the overall of the classic physique and he earned a pro card. I mean, I'm happy for the guy. After all, isn't he from the Republic of Serbia and Krajina? Just a joke, an inside joke that only people from Balkans will understand, but yeah, here he was in Balkans. Actually, he was at a wedding. I think he was dating a Bosnian girl, or he married her, I'm not sure exactly, doesn't matter. He turned pro, and that's what's important. He actually managed to get his pro card, and in the caption of this post he says, Sam Sulek, when is your next show? So these two top fitness influencers both got their pro cards in IFBB Pro League, in Classic Physique, and maybe we'll see these guys on the stage together fighting for the same title. Maybe. I mean, Sam replied in the comments and he says the biggest and strongest. He didn't really say what's his next show, but Sam did say that he is going to do the Pittsburgh Pro next year. So maybe Larry can prep for that one as well. That would be really interesting. I think they are kind of similar level, I would say. I mean, Larry is obviously bigger, especially in the upper body. He has that crazy width in the shoulders, huge arms, really wide, super wide to the back, to the lats. And his lower body is definitely a lot weaker, and Sam's legs are actually pretty decent. I mean, overall, these guys, yeah, they turned pro, but they're not great pros by any means. You can argue that their pro cards were gifts because this is a good thing for bodybuilding as a business. So yeah, I would give them the pro cards even if they don't really deserve it. I mean, it's not fair to the other guys who are there, but yeah, I understand the business. I mean, it's not fair, but it is what it is. So as far as what Larry looked like, I tried my hardest, guys. I looked everywhere, but I didn't see any videos, any photos of Larry like in his class or in the overall of Classic Physique. I got nothing. I saw photos from the bodybuilding, but he was fourth in that division, so I don't know. As far as Classic Physique, I got nothing. Did he look good here? Well, like I said, legs are a big weak point. Like from the side, the conditioning was decent, I guess. The shape, not the most classic shape. The conditioning from behind, like the glutes, the hamstrings, the lower back, not very good. Not super great. Again, the size difference between the back and the legs is just huge. So, definitely not a very good pro physique. I mean, yeah, these days anybody can turn pro if you just pick your show wisely. So, it's not really a huge deal unless you can actually use that pro card and be competitive against the top pros. But yeah, he got a pro card. That's an achievement by itself. That's my goal as well. I didn't achieve it, but you know, if I was more persistent, if I did like another couple of shows and I picked weaker shows, I probably could have done it, but I didn't want to spend thousands of dollars to travel all over the world just to earn a pro card. If I can't earn it in a decent level show, I don't need it. So, whatever. Larry Wheels got it. I'm happy for him. He's officially an IFBB pro. Is he a good pro? No, he's a terrible pro, but he's a pro after all. He didn't really work too hard to get in crazy conditions, so maybe if he actually decides to focus on his next show, he wants to make his pro debut really successful and he actually works on adding the muscle to his quads mainly and maybe practicing the posing a little bit more and actually getting crazy condition, then maybe we'll see something interesting from him at a pro debut against Sam Sulek, hopefully. But can he be like a top pro to qualify for the Mr. Olympia or something like that? No, I don't see that happening. He got his pro card, and I think that's about it. But it's still an awesome thing. Larry Wheels is an IFBB pro. And while we're waiting for the finals of the open class to wrap up, let's take a look at these high quality videos by Gilco Production. And let's take a look at these bodybuilders and what they actually brought to this stage, the New York Pro. And first we got Krizo. Conditioning, good. He was probably maybe in his best conditioning of his life. I think this could be better than the Pittsburgh Pro. His legs were really ripped. His glutes were shredded. His back is just peeled. But the posing, man, I don't know what is wrong with this guy. Why can't he pose? And I'm seeing the same thing in the back double and the front double. Maybe it's a thing with his shoulders. Since he had that shoulder surgery, maybe he just can't open up. But also he's shaking a lot. He's really not very sure in himself when he's posing. I don't know if it's just lack of practice or the guy just doesn't have the talent to pose and he can't learn. I'm pretty sure it's both. Look at him right here. He's almost going to fall on the ground. So yeah, very, very clumsy posing. Conditioning is amazing. If he knew how to pose, if he posed like a freaking pro bodybuilder, I'm sure he would be fighting against William Bonek for that second. But the way he is with his posing, I think he's going to be fourth. I think Regan Grimes is potentially going to defeat him. But does he have a better body, better conditioning, better completeness, and just overall better look? I think he does. It's only the presentation. He can't present it. And it doesn't matter how good you look if you can't present what you have. So, yeah, very unfortunately, he's not going to be, in my opinion, higher than fourth, but not lower than that either. I think Regan is beating him, but we'll see. Look at the conditioning, man. The glutes, the hamstrings, the back. Like, this guy is absolutely peeled. Like, he's shredded. Probably the best conditioning in this show. Better than Nick Walker? I don't know. I mean, Nick is also really conditioned. He just doesn't have those crispy details everywhere. But he's also really lean. He brought it here for sure. And I would say his presentation was better here. His abdominal control is improved already, which is really promising. And it could mean that it's going to be even better at a Mr. Olympia. But conditioning, it potentially was better than at Pittsburgh. Like this, look at this. Look at the glute separation and the hamstrings and the lower back. I think he got tighter. I honestly think he's more conditioned. Maybe it's the lighting, maybe it's the quality of the video, but we've seen some really good quality videos at Pittsburgh as well. Gilko was there too, but I think this is better. I think he improved for this show as well. So hopefully he'll be able to repeat this kind of shape, this kind of conditioning, and this kind of control of the stomach. And if he does that, how high can he place at a Mr. Olympia? Can he win the show? I don't know. Maybe. Regan Grimes. Regan Grimes, I think he brought his best shape of his life. I'm pretty sure about that. Did he make improvements? Yeah, of course he did. In these 2 years he took off. He improved. Did he improve as much as I wanted him to improve? No, he could have improved himself more if he was more serious, but he wasn't. Still, he does look better. I mean, conditioning was actually pretty good at this show. Look at the side glutes and the chest and the arms, the shoulders. Like from the side, he was in pretty good condition, and from the back especially, he has crazy hamstrings, man. This guy, hamstrings, glutes, back as well. His back poses are phenomenal, both back double and back lat spread. So Regan brought it, man. For sure, he brought it. I don't know. I didn't expect this, to be honest. I thought he was gonna be off. He thought he was going to be off. He thought he should pull out of this show at 1 week out. But he decided to do it, and it actually turned out to be a pretty good package. And he's most likely placing third at this show, behind William Bonek and ahead of Michal Križal. Sas Hirati, I mean, I don't think he brought his absolute best to this show. I would say he was better at FIBO, and maybe even better at Detroit, too. But was he off? No, I wouldn't say he was off. He just wasn't his best version. And against these guys, it's not enough. It's not enough. He needs to be 100% on. Like his glutes right here need to be shredded, dry. They're not. He was definitely fuller, but he spilled over. So I don't know if it's a peak week mistake or his body's just tired. This is his third show of this season. So, yeah, unfortunately, he's not getting that Mr. Olympic qualification. Will he continue competing? I don't know. But can he actually win a qualification for Mr. Olympia? Maybe, yeah, if his body maybe refreshes a little and then he comes back in good condition again at one of the shows. I'm guessing he can do it, but we'll see what his plan is. And as far as William Bonek, I think he's a little bit worse than at Pittsburgh. I don't think he's as conditioned or as full. I think he just missed the peak a little bit, but this is like his 4th show of the season, so what can you expect from the guy? Still, even with this kind of a peak at like maybe 85 or 90% of himself, of his current best, he's still most likely placing in that top 2. He's taking the 2nd spot, which is still a great result, especially if you consider what he looked like last year. So he improved significantly from last year. Definitely a lot worse than at his prime in 2018, 2019, but like great improvements from last year. And as far as this season, I would say his best look was at Pittsburgh. This is a little bit worse, but still not bad enough to lose against guys like Regan or Krijo. And finally, we got the results of the Classic Physique New York Pro. And of course, as expected, Terrence Ruffin won. We're going to take a look at the finals, but is there really a point in looking at finals? Because as far as I know, the prejudging is the only round that is scored in Classic Physique. And if you watch the finals, it was just a couple of call-outs, and they immediately after that gave out the awards. There wasn't enough time to calculate the total points. They already decided after the prejudging, that's for sure. What happened at Pittsburgh Pro, I have no idea. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go a couple of videos back and check out what Bob Cicarillo and Milos Archer said about the scoring at the Pittsburgh Pro Classic Physique. There were some inconsistencies at that show, so I don't know what to think about this one as well. To be honest, like I said in my previous video at the prejudging of this show, I did have Terrence winning because I thought he improved, and Jose Manuel got... I don't know if he's actually worse, because looking at this right now, he actually looks super peeled. Maybe he actually tightened up a little bit more for the finals here. Or it's the quality of the live stream that got better, I don't know, but here he looks absolutely ripped and definitely in better condition than Terrence. And to be honest, while I was watching the finals, I was actually comparing the guy on the right and on the left, Richard Nagy and the Turkish guy, I can't remember his name again, I'm sorry. But I was comparing them and I was looking at them and they looked really freaking impressive, both of them. And honestly, I'm not even sure if Terrence looks better than them. And he has really good structure and really good shape, but the other two guys, man, like the muscularity, the conditioning, those guys are freaking beasts. But Jose Manuel and Terrence Ruffin both have pretty big names, popular social medias, so I'm sure that helps a little. And no, I'm not saying those guys earned their top 2 because of their popularity, of course not. But like, if all these guys were no name, I'm not sure if this would be the order, honestly, because the other 2 guys are really freaking impressive. Look at the guy on the left, like he's a freaking monster. Like look at the hardness, the conditioning, the fullness of the muscle and everything. And he's pretty classic as well. Like he's a small waist, pretty good shape. The Hungarian guy, Richard Nagy, definitely has more of a classic shape, and that's why he placed 3rd instead of 4th. But the other guy has probably more dense muscle, better conditioning. As far as Jose Manuel versus Terrence Ruffin, Jose Manuel is thicker, harder, more dense, bigger, more conditioned, but Terrence has better shape, and that's it. That's, I guess, why he wins New York Pro. You guys tell me down below what do you think about these results or whatever part of this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for the finals or the open class. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you soon, all the best, and bye-bye.